Hey everybody, Live Farmer 73 here. Let me see. I'm on. I should be in the bed. Now, I just got off of work, but I really wanted to show you guys this because I know we run out of time. What is it? Tuesday, tomorrow is Wednesday. I said Sunday. So I wanted to show you guys a couple of things. And I just don't have memory. I wanted to make a video. I don't have the memory. So I want to show you guys a couple of things that's going to help you make the wine. Okay. So one of them is very, very important to me is it's called an airlock. And I'm going to show you what an airlock looks like. This is an airlock. And you take this airlock and you put it into your bucket that I told you, a 5-gallon bucket. And you're going to put a hole in that bucket and have this sticking out. It's a reason for that. What that is so that the gases that's coming out of the brew that we're going to make, you're going to be able to see your liquid actually working. Because if you keep looking in that bucket, you keep opening that bucket, you can see the yeast in there alive, and you can see it in there doing its thing. But here's a problem. A piece of hair might fall in there. A gnat might fly in there. And the thing is, that yeast is real sensitive. And what's going to happen is you will turn your wine into vinegar like that. Trust me, I've done it. So I keep a lid on my 5-gallon bucket. This is dirty. This is out of the garage. This ain't even for the wine, but I mean, it used to be for the wine, but so you'll see this goes in here like so. And that just be, well, I didn't do that hard enough, did I? And that just be sticking up like this. Okay, so anyway, with the lid on the bucket, you leave that alone because anything can fly in there. Dust can fly in there, turn your wine into vinegar. You have 5 gallons of vinegar like that. So if you put the lid on it and leave it alone, hey, how you doing, the Miss Lady, for real? I'm just doing a quick live before I go to bed. I should have been in the bed by now. I'm sorry. I just got off work. Yeah. Okay. I just want to show you guys this. Okay. I'm going to show you. Now, you can buy one of these online at, you can buy these. I think they got like, I seen them like 3 of them for like $5. I don't know if they'll get to you by Sunday or not, but I am literally going to show you right now how to make this. I'm going to show you how this works first, okay? This lid comes off, and see it's a bunch of little holes in there. That's so it can breathe. I'm going to pour a little water in it so you can actually see. A little bit of water goes in there to the level down there. That's all you need. You don't need to fill that up. That'll even out. Okay, what this is doing is like a trap, just like in a sink. So when your brew is brewing, it's going to be letting off gases, okay? It's going to be letting off gases. The gases is going to come up through this bucket, out of this bucket lid, up into here, and this is going to be bubbling like this. And there's several reasons for that. One, you can see that your brew is brewing and it's doing what it's supposed to do. That's number one. Trust me, that helps. So that'll keep the curiosity off of you. Number two, it keeps pests like gnats and everything. Hey, Nick Thomas, how you doing, man? Good to see you. It keeps gnats and dust and pests from going back down through here, getting into your brew, turned it into vinegar. It'll stop at this water. And trust me, it's times I will see gnats right in here. That means some kind of way they got through these tiny little holes and a gnat got in there, but it didn't pass the water. So that helps. So you're going to see your stuff brewing, and you're going to keep the pests and the dust and the gnats and everything else out of your brew. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to make this. Now remember, online, they're cheap. 3 of them for $5 online from what I saw. Okay, show you how to make this right now. Give me a second. This is what you're gonna need, okay? Simple, simple. Soda bottle, soda pop bottle, okay? Anything plastic. It don't gotta be anything. It could be water, it could be anything, okay? Miss Lady, yes, everything that you purchase, and I'm glad, that's a great question. Everything that you purchase, like this hydrometer, is reusable. I've been using these now for years. I got tons of them. I've been using them for years. But before I bought them, I was making them. After I figured out, you know, okay, I think I'm ready for the big time now, I bought some. This is how, if you don't want to purchase these, which you will eventually, but if you're just doing this for fun like some of us is right now, and I'm, you know, gonna do the little wine thing, understandable. You don't want to buy too much of anything. So this is how we make this. Soda pop bottle, okay? Normal soda pop, I took the label off. Normal lid. Now you see the two different color lids because I've already done this a minute ago. I was trying to do a video and it kept cutting off. So all you're gonna do is take something sharp like a nail. All this is like a meat thermometer that ain't worked in years. I don't even know why it's still in the utility drawer. You know, I don't even know, but I'm glad I got it. So all you need is something fairly sharp like this. And what we're gonna do is poke a hole right in that lid, okay? Just like that. Work it around a little bit. Work it, let me come down here. Work it around a little bit, make the hole a little bigger. Let me stop, man. You know I'm tired. My mind is in the gutter. Work it around a little bit, you know, bust the hole open. Now, as you can see, that's what that looks like. Now I'm gonna show you what we did that for. Go to, you know, the other place and get you this fish tube for aquariums. I know, Miss Christy Love, I'm cutting up and it's late. It's too late for that. Somebody up there sleep anyway. Anyway, back to the subject. Get you some fish hose, the airline hose, okay? Simple airline hose. This is what you do with that. I think it's like, it's no more than a couple bucks. I think $1 and some change for a bunch of it, okay? So you'll have plenty. If a couple y'all live by each other, y'all can even share some, you know, go halves or something on it. Take that tube and just poke it down in that hole. Let me bend this down. Y'all making me laugh. Take that tube and push that through the hole just like that. And just push that down into the water. You want a tight fit, okay? You want to keep it tight. Because we don't want no air pockets in there. We don't want no air slipping out, okay? Y'all taking me to a whole nother place right now. Okay, I'm gonna show you what we doing this for now without dropping the camera. Okay, here's the soda pop bottle. There's the line in there. This, you're going to poke another hole. Yes, we poking more holes and stuff in the lid of your bucket. Remember to get a lid. You gotta have a lid. Don't use a towel. Please don't use a towel. You're gonna be disappointed. A lot of people do use towels. They really know what they're doing, but towels move. You know, somebody kick the towel, the wind to blow the towel, a fan to blow the towel, and the towel will go in the wine and ruin it. Sometimes insects can go under the towel, ruin it. I've done it. It's disappointing, and I'll never use a towel again. If you look it up online, you will see a lot of people using towels and uncovering towels, and I don't do that. Just put put a lid on the bucket and you won't have to worry about none of that. Because if you do this, if you make one of these, you won't even have to lift the lid unless something is really wrong, okay? So you're going to take the lid and you're going to do the same thing and poke a hole right in it like I did here. Okay, that got a rubber grommet in it because I put a rubber grommet in there. Same deal. I put a rubber grommet in there so I could fit this one in. I got one in the garage where I just used this so I could fit this tube in. Couldn't find it. So this is what this is for, okay? Because as your bucket is bubbling and your bucket is brewing, this will help you from looking in that bucket. It cures your curiosity because this is what you're going to see. Before I do this, forgot. You got to poke one more hole in that lid. The air got to come out, okay? So we're going to poke one more hole in that lid. Same thing, punch it in there, work it around a little bit, loosen it up, get your mind out the gutter. The thirst is real, like Blade in this mother. Whistler. Okay, so this is what this is going to do, okay? The brew, I'm the brew, okay, and I'm bubbling. I got gas, I'm bubbling. And you're going to be able to see it in here like that. When you see that, your brew is ready. Your brew is alive. That yeast is alive and it's eating all of those sugars and it's pooping out alcohol, okay? You want to see that. Now, the best part about it is if insects want to get in here, so what? Because they're going to get trapped in here. And not in the brew. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to use glass jars with metal lids. Here's one of my first. And what that is the mesh so the bugs can't even get back in. The tubing, where did I put the front at? The tubing used to go in here. The tubing used to go in here and be bubbling in here like I just showed you. And the air come out through here so insects couldn't go in there. That's just some old screen off your front porch or something that I had cut off, old screen door, but it worked. So to make it even easier than using glass, y'all don't even know this jar has got to be like 10 years old now. I still got it, but it's easier if you just make it out of a soda pop bottle. So it's going to show you whether your stuff is really doing good out here or like this or not so good. If you see that, that's not a good sign, okay? So this, believe it or not, as weird as this looks, is very important. It's going to keep pests out, keep dust out of your brew, and it's going to cure your curiosity and let you know that your stuff is really cooking. I'm telling you, when we first pitched the first batch of yeast, what's going to happen is, at first, it's just going, you're going to get this. You ain't going to get nothing at first, but then finally you're going to get this. You're going to see that first bubble. It's going to light you up like, oh my God. But then give it a day or two. By day 3, you should be like this. Now, not only are you going to get a lot of bubbling and a lot of action, you're going to start smelling your brew in your house. Now, word to the wise. If you plan on having important company coming to your house, you know the holiday is coming, you better let them know what you're doing because your house is going to smell like a brewery. I'm going to keep it real with you. So this is what I did years ago. I'm going to show you over here. I cracked my window. This is why I make this like this. And sometimes I do still use my old stuff. I crack my window, open my window a little bit, and I set this whole contraption outside. My brew in my bucket is in the house. This is outside because the smell, your home is going to, first it's going to start smelling like beer. Then it's going to smell like wine, like you spilt a few bottles of wine on the floor and didn't get it up. You understand what I'm saying? So this, with all of this tubing, may help you with that. First, start off in the house, and once you start smelling it, now you can extend this outside. So you understand the smell. If you embarrassed and you know the holidays is coming, you don't want your family coming like, the hell, you done turned to drinking. Put this outside, no problem. So this little ghetto hookup just saved you money. And honestly, when you worried about how your house smell, this is better than buying this. Honestly, you see how easy I just made that? So all in all, I know somebody got one of these laying around. And if you don't, humans pollute so much, go outside and you will see one. Pick it up. You ain't got to drink out of it. Remember that, okay? So you don't got to care about old Willie sipping on it. Go on, rinse it out. Make sure ain't no urine in it. Make sure ain't no urine in it. Make sure ain't no urine in it. And then turn around and just poke a hole in it. Put the tube in it. You're not going to, this ain't got nothing to do with your brew. Nothing. All this is showing you that it's working and keeping the pests out. Remember that. Ain't got nothing to do with your brew. Nothing in here is going to go into your brew. Unless you set this up high and have your brew down low, then yes, the water is going to run out. It's gravity. That's just, you know, it's how it works. Now, one more tool. Let's see, I've been on here 17 minutes. I'm glad I did this because I wouldn't have never, ever did a video this long. I still got to get rid of all that stuff. Okay. One more tool that is super important, and right now, you don't necessarily need it because I'm going to be measuring it for you. But if you plan on doing this later, thank you, Starduster. I'm so tired. Have you ever been so tired you feel like crying? I feel like that right now. I should be in the bed, but I was like, I can't sleep. I'm so amped up from my horrible day. Let me get back into it because I need a therapist for this shit. Okay. The other tool you need is called, these are two of the most important, my most important tools, okay? A winemaker's most important tools. Here's the other one. It's called a hydrometer. Listen, I tried to do stuff without this. You can't. I mean, you can, but if you want your wine to taste right or humane, a hydrometer. This costs like, I don't know, like $6, $7 online, but it's so important. Listen, I promise you, this is worth its weight in gold. This is actually more important than this. This is, you know what I'm saying? That's good. This is more important. What this does is measure the gravity and the density of the liquid, meaning it's going to show you where you need to be starting at, your starting point of how much sugar you need to keep adding into your brew so your yeast can eat it. Your yeast is alive. Your yeast eats the sugar, and then your yeast poops out alcohol. So yes, alcohol, that's why they say it's toxic. Alcohol is yeast poop. Go figure. It's that simple. Alcohol is yeast poop. In a nutshell, without all the scientific bullshit, alcohol is yeast poop. So this lets you measure how much sugar is in the brew that the yeast in that packet that I told you to get will eat. If it's too much sugar, the yeast can't eat all of that sugar. This one packet may not be able to eat all of that. It's not enough yeast. Now, it also tells you what alcohol percentage you may end up with. It gives you a rough figure. Like, is this going to be like 80 proof? You know what I'm saying? That's what it ain't gonna be 80 proof, trust me. But this gives you an alcohol content. Like, let me find. I need my reading glasses on. Where you at? Where you at? Like 10% alcohol. Wine is usually around 9%. Starduster said, got my package red and yellow and blue. Good. Good. If you guys ain't got your, thank you, Starduster, for reminding me. If you guys ain't got your yeast packets yet, your champagne yeast packets, yellow, red, and blue packets is what we're using, what I usually use. Okay, you can get anything you want. I use the cheap blue, red, and yellow packets of champagne or wine yeast, because they've been working for me for years. That's what I use. It's all other kind of colors to do all kind of other stuff. I've experimented with them and I didn't care for them. So I stick with the basics. So this is important. This is going to show us, should we add more sugar into our batch, or we need to add more water into our batch and thin it out. So usually around that 5-pound sugar mark, it'd be about right. So we gonna be shooting for about 9% alcohol content, because that's what most wines are. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna be shooting for. So remember, a hydrometer is what you're going to need if you plan on doing this for the long run and you want to keep doing this. I'm going to show you more tools that you will need. Hydrometer, yes, hydrometer. Hydrometer, if for the professionals. So a hydrometer, and here's one that you could probably find anywhere, but you know, I got a wine store not too far from me, about a mile away from me. This ain't nothing but a beaker, because this is what you need this for. You don't want to be wasting a lot of your wine when you're doing a test, okay? This beaker, some people just put this right down in their bucket and they batch of wine. I do that from time to time, but here's the problem. If you don't sanitize this every single time, or you mess up and drop this into your brew and it might have a couple hairs on it, vinegar, you just turned everything into vinegar. So I really try not to drop my hydrometer into my batch, okay? I take out a sample, and yes, I left out one more important tool that I do not have at the moment, a turkey baster. Turkey baster, regular old plain old, and you can find them anywhere right now this time of season. Turkey baster, dollar store, I don't care. Turkey baster. Everybody got one in their house except me, because I threw mine out because it was nasty. If I finally throwed it out. Anyway, I had several wine making ones and for the house. I throw them all out and said, let's start fresh. Because what you're going to do, you're going to take that turkey baster and dip that. First, sanitize it. Don't do nothing without sanitizing. This is like the hospital, okay? Wash your hands, sanitize all of your tools before you use anything. Everything you use, I don't care if you just want to stir your brew. Sanitize that spoon. Have your sink, your kitchen sink, sanitize. Have some sanitizer in it, a couple drops of bleach or whatever. Or you can go buy the sanitizer tabs. I don't bother with that no more. I just drop a couple drops of bleach in the water in the sink, in the kitchen sink, and let my stuff soak and sit in there. No dish soap, just bleach. okay? Just rub it with my hand. I don't even use the dish towel. Now, what you do from there, after everything is sanitized, you take your turkey baster and you fill this up. Let me see, you see how long this is. You fill that up enough where that can float up and down. You fill it up to about there. And then you slowly just drop that down in there. And what that's going to do is float. And if the water is right here and it floats like up here and it's doing this here, here's the water and it's floating, it's going to give you a reading of what percentage alcohol you are at. Should you let it keep brewing or should you pull it off? This is very important. To me, a lot of winemakers and some winemakers, they just know their stuff. I don't make wine nowhere close to as much to just be knowing off the top of my head, okay? And this is a precise way to check it anyway. So this is the hydrometer, and this is just a beaker. This costs $1 anywhere. You can find these anywhere for like $1. Anything that's thin and long so you don't waste too much of your wine. Because once your wine is sanitized, remember this. I mean, once all your equipment is sanitized and you pour the wine in here, I'm going to be honest with you. Some people pour their wine, they sample back into the batch. I don't. I either drink it or I let it go. I waste it. The reason I do that is because I don't want to introduce, I don't know what happened while this was open and this was floating. I'm sitting there doing what I do. A gnat might have went in there. Hey, how you doing, Miss Destiny? So I leave that alone. I either waste it and I never pour it back in the batch. You'll start, we're going to do like a gallon batch. I start with a gallon. I start with 5 gallons and I usually end up with close to 4 gallons when it's all said and done because I waste a lot of wine because I never pour stuff back in. And every time you drop you rack your wine means, okay, it's in this bucket. Now we're going to pour it in another bucket. And all the gunk and the dead yeast that did their business is left in this bucket. That's called racking down. Now, it's so much to tell you. That's why I'm trying to do this now. Okay, now I'm going to read some comments because I got a lot of questions. I think I keep seeing stuff pop up. Give me 2 ticks, okay? I'm coming. But if you have any questions right now, this is a perfect time to ask them because I don't know how much longer I can stay woke. Okay. Good. Hello, everybody. I can say that right now. Everybody just in the house right now. Okay, Miss Lady for Real, Miss Christy Love, Nick Thomas, okay, Miss B Washington, let me see, Hypocentric, James Roy, Starduster. Okay, not many of us in the Clarence Newsom, how we doing? That's fine, I kind of figured this. I just want this to be able to be shown later, because I won't have time tomorrow. Okay, let me see. Hey, okay. Hey, Led, my hubby and I made it. What did we miss? Nothing yet. Miss Christy Love, I can't wait. Good evening, Greenhouse Lounge. Yes, Miss Christy Love, I'm working on it. Miss Lady for Real, good evening. Nick Thomas, what's happening, Greenhouse Lounge family? The Miss Lady for Real, is this reusable? Yes, she was talking about all of the tools that I'm using right now is reusable. Nothing that I'm using right now is a one-hitter quitter. Everything is reusable. Pour this water into this plant. Leaking all over the street. So that's it. Okay. And Miss Lady for real said, if it ain't tight, it ain't right. Yeah. If it ain't tight, it ain't right. Amen. I don't know. I ain't picky. Let me stop. It don't make me no difference half the time. Miss Lady for real, can I use a bucket from the bakery? Yes. Okay, that's a good question. Remember, make sure your bucket is food grade. Don't just go get like a Home Depot bucket. And I'm not going to tell you what I do. Okay, but I'm going to say this. Don't just go grab a Home Depot bucket. A food grade bucket usually in any store, anywhere I've ever seen, usually costs like $1 more than an average old throwaway bucket. If you get your bucket from like a bakery or a restaurant, that's good because it's food grade. Here's the backdraw from that. It just depends on what they had in that bucket. Like I got a bunch of these pickle buckets, right? I will never make wine in those because I've been letting them sit out, collect water, rainwater, while I water my greens. But I tell you what, that water still smells like pickles. No matter what you do, I bleached them, washed them, sanitized them, pickles. They've been out there all summer long, pickles. So depending on what you want to do, because it might affect the flavor or the taste of your wine when we make it. Okay, let me see. But yeah, that's a good one. At least it came from a bakery. Okay, Nick Thomas, tell him them lady for real. Okay, Miss Lady for real. Nick Thomas led is naturally funny. There we go. Hypocentric. Good evening to all. Hey, Hypocentric. Miss Lady for real, is there a certain size hose we need? The hose is just fishing air tube. You know, if you ever had a fish tank, it's just air line from a, trust me, don't spend a whole bunch of money with this. Don't. This ain't nothing but airline for a bubbler for aquarium. And it's like $1 and some change, maybe a couple dollars, okay? Don't spend no money on this. What we doing here, you don't have to spend no money. Now, if you plan on keep making batches and batches, go ahead and go online and buy these airlocks. Okay, if you plan on doing it all the time, but I tell you what, these are great. Water still coming out on me. These are great. But these are a little more sneaky. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Lady led, she don't drink. Okay, number one. But the smell of the brew, it can be overpowering sometimes depending on what I'm using. And honestly, I can't even be mad at it because sometimes I'll come home and it smells like it's like Hobo Fest 2020 up in this mug. I'm gonna keep it real. So, and she'll even be like, baby, the wine though. You know, the wine, come on, give me a break. That's why this works. When she like, I'm not feeling that all day. I'm not about to smell that up. Take this, crank that window open, put this outside, and let this be brewing inside and let my airlock and the smell go outside. Nobody ever be the wiser. Nobody will ever know. I know my neighbors probably think sometimes, like, why this dude always sitting his pop bottles outside on the ledge? They're crazy. They're nuts. But trust and believe, it's just tubing. But trust me, you should make one of these. I'm gonna stop saying this is option. Make one of these. Because it's going to be times don't nobody want to smell your wine. It's going to be times where you don't even want to smell it. Because I'm going to be honest with you, If your wine is actually brewing right, if it's brewing right, the first phase is going to smell like funky, like it's gonna smell like beer, like funk. I don't know if you ever smelled a funky beer, like a stale beer. It's going to smell like a funky, cheap gas station type beer. You know what I'm saying? Somebody walk up to you, excuse me, I'm trying to get back to California. Can I like get $1 to put in my car so I can get that dude? Your house is gonna smell like him. You don't use this. Your house is gonna smell like that dude. Like, baby, give him $1 so he'll go away. Shit. That's what it's gonna smell like if you don't use this. Pardon me, mon frere. If you don't mind, I've been stranded here for several days. You don't want your house smelling like that. Okay? So trust me, this ghetto contraption works for that. And it's around the holiday season. You don't want your house smelling like bum pants. You don't want your house smelling like that. The first phase is going to smell like cheap beer, and then it's going to break into somebody spilled wine, whole bottle of wine in your house. Your house is going to go from smelling like funky, cheap gas station beer to a beautiful, fine wine. So it will be, here's the thing, it's going to smell like wine, but it's going to be overpowering. Sometimes the smell can be strong and you'll get tired of smelling it. So that's where this contraption comes in, okay? Trust me on that. Let me get back in here. Okay. Let me see. Hey, Happy Sister say, good evening to all. Miss Lady for real. Is there a certain hose we need? Just answer that. James Roy say, yeah, it's no peanut butter jar. You can use a peanut butter jar. I've used them. I've used peanut butter jars too. Long as it's easy. The only reason I'm doing this is because it's so easy. No drills. It's a lot of people don't have all these tools that I have. So I try to keep in my brain, like, everybody might not have a power drill. Everybody might not have this, that, and a handsaw. Some people, they got something sharp. Everybody got something sharp. And it don't take nothing to punk no hole, right? Punk no hole in that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why I'm doing it this way. Nick Thomas says, oh, Starduster, thanks for doing this tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Nick Thomas says, why wait till you get back home to cry? I just cry at work so everyone is aware to, man, me too. But don't nobody care when people in my profession cry. They don't even ask you what's wrong. They just, excuse me, you got my check. I've been waiting on my check for weeks. I don't know who keep on coming over here putting my mail in another man's box. They don't care. I could be crying. I could be bleeding. I got attacked by a dog the other day. All I heard was, man, she don't bite. She don't even bite, man. She's cool. It's all right. They don't care, man. They don't care about our pain. You know why they don't care about our pain? Because they get to stay home and watch the soaps all day and come out to tell me to calm down because the dog don't bite. Sorry, I had some flashbacks. Was I raving? Sorry. Okay, let me get back in here. Miss Lady for real, hit the like button. Thank you so much, Miss Lady for real. Starduster, got my package, yeah, yellow, red, and blue. Amen. Starduster, hydrometer. Yes, hydrometer is very important too. I would purchase, if you plan on making wine often until you get good at it, because trust me, this is just bullshitting around. But once you taste your wine, and your first batch of wine might not taste wonderful, okay? It'll be all right. People will be impressed because you made it yourself. But after a while, you start getting good at it. Like, okay, next time I won't use this and I won't use that and I'll use this and use that. And that's what I've been doing for years, to the point now, you know, my stuff won't be on nobody's shelf, but it'll knock your socks off. I got plenty of y'all I done sent some to that can attest to that. Oh, it'll put you in a corner somewhere looking like the Blair Witch Project. Have your ass backwards in the corner like the Blair Witch. This lead poison that I make, it'll have you staring in the corner with a dunce hat on. Okay, Stardust do our business. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just tired. Oh shit. I had that picture in my head. My kids are so stupid. My kids are so stupid that they'll go in the corner, pass gas in the corner, and turn around and smell it, and they call that the Blair Witch. Oh shit. I'm about to be dealing with, you know, the holidays is coming back up. Look, I'm laughing so hard, my contact about to pop out. I'm about to be dealing with these kids over the holiday. As I was stupid, my kids, that's my daughters, right? My Princess Leia, she a mess. She beautiful, but she crazy. I'm like, what the hell is you doing? Doing the Blair Witch. The Blair Witch, what? You pull in the corner, turn around and smell it. Like, what? I miss my baby. It's time for her to come home, see daddy. Okay, back into this. Let me get back into it. That's how tired I am. I'm slipping into oblivion. Okay. Star doesn't say. I'm sorry. Star doesn't say, I was going to get the 3 to 5 gallon water cooler jugs. Okay. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to start to say I've got to try it on the Blair Witch in the corner. Oh, don't get me laughing. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Listen to me. Oh shit. Oh, I'm just exhausted, y'all. I'm sorry. Listen, this is why I'm going to say, let me get one of my jugs right now and show you. Oh. Stupid. Oh my God. Oh, that still got the airlock in it. All right, y'all. This is why. Look, this still got the airlock in it. I done sanitized it and everything. Okay, now I'm going to show you. Here's one of my old moonshine type jugs, gallon jug. This is why I'm going to say, and I know you're talking about the big giant jug. This is why I'm going to say, for your first batch, don't use those. Don't use anything with a bottleneck on it, like this. See that? Don't use anything with that. The reason I'm telling you to get a 5 gallon bucket, number one, they're cheaper than these. Number two is because this does not give you room for error, because you may have to re-pitch a batch of yeast. Pitching a batch of yeast and pouring sugar and preparing this in a bottleneck, anything with a tight neck to it, here I go again. Anything with a tight neck, a bottleneck, it's hard to function. Okay, that's why with a 5-gallon bucket, let me do this clean side. I know, Miss Christy Love, with a 5-gallon bucket, say your yeast start dying, okay? Because this happens. This is why I hate, yes, not a turtleneck, not a turtleneck. Your yeast may start dying, okay? Remember that. There's ways to wake your yeast up. I'm going to show you that too. But if your yeast start dying, see, this is in a perfect world. That's why I don't use this very much. I use this maybe around the last rack. I'm gonna let it clear up in here and let it calm down in here. I'm not going to be working with this. If your yeast starts dying, you want to give your yeast some protein, something to get them started back up, because the sugar ain't enough. You want to give them a boost. And what you can buy pills to put in there, but it's called yeast starters and stuff. But a lot of winemakers on YouTube showed me a trick that's so sweet. I'll never buy any chemicals to do anything. You know what they use? Tomato paste. If your yeast starts dying and they ain't really, you keep getting this little funky bubble I showed you earlier. If your yeast, you done pitched 2 packets of yeast already. Like, I pitched 1 packet. Now I pitched another packet and I'm still getting a little this. After day 3, after day 4, all you seeing is this? No. Now you take some tomato paste and you stir it up in a little water, thin it up a little bit, get it to around the same temperature that your batch is, and yes, a thermometer would be good. Pitch that tomato paste in there and it energize that doggone yeast, and next thing you know, it'll be like that. They like people. Sometimes you get tired of eating Snicker bars and now you want a steak. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that is. So simple stuff. I'm not even getting into the refining yet. This is just kind of like some bathtub type liquor. I'm not going to get into all the different pills and stuff that you can get into. I'm going to tell you, Miss P. Smith asked me on one video and I couldn't remember her question. I'm remembering it now. She said, she asked me, she said, Leah, what do you do when your yeast die? And she didn't elaborate, so I just kind of moved on after the question because I wanted an elaborate question. Like, I don't know what that meant. If she meant once you pitched them and they was doing fine for a few days and then they pretty much dead, 2 things you need to do. Number 1, use your hydrometer, because if your yeast was that badass, number 1, your batch might be done early. Number 2, they might have died. And if they died out because they ran out of energy, they don't have enough energy, pitch some tomato paste. A little can. I got cans in my winemaking kit out there. Little can of tomato paste. Pitch that. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. You're thinking, oh, but then my wine is going to taste like tomatoes. It's not. The yeast is going to eat all of that up, and trust and believe it won't. It won't. Most wine that you make has a slight hint of the flavor that you started with. Okay, like dandelion wine. Dandelions smell good, right? The actual flower of a dandelion. You can make, here's the thing about wine. You can make wine out of anything. I've made wine out of some old sweet potatoes that I had, and I just, I had too many sweet potatoes, so I tried it. I've made wine out of sweet potatoes, wine out of dandelions, wine out of roses, wine out of bananas, apples, peaches, pears, strawberries, anything you can think of that you have too much of, you can make wine out of it. And here's something for the people that don't know. Sake is rice wine, and it's made from rice, starch, right? And here's something that people don't know. I hear people, I used to hear them when they had a channel. They think wine is just for getting drunk. That shows your ignorance. Wine, you can turn wine not just into a bartering tool. You can turn wine now, then you crossing the legal line, okay? You could turn wine into fuel. You could turn wine into medication. You can turn wine into a lot of different useful things that ain't got nothing to do with getting drunk. I don't know who all knows about that, but you take some wine, you polish it up. If you polish the wine, what do you make the wine do once you polish it? You ain't got to say it. I can't say it, but you did what I'm saying. So, two of the most important, Miss Lady for Real says, make another video on that. That's also great survival skills. I already did it. Oh, I can't make a video on that. It's illegal. I can't. Trust me, I wish I could, but I can't. Neutrino, hey, how we doing tonight? Said my grandma used to use wine to boil our hot dog. Damn, just so y'all go to sleep. The Miss Lady for Real sad. Let me see. Starduster says P. Smith be making some wine. Yes, she do. Yes, she do. She said she was going off my video that I made a while back. Starduster say, I bet them was some banging hot dogs. I bet they was. So, what's sad, the Miss Lady for Real? So, anyway, back to the story. So, trust me, get a bucket, a wide open bucket, because when you pouring that sugar in, and you might have to pitch another batch of yeast, that's all hard to do through here. And when you start using funnels, it get all funky and messy. Trust me. And yeast just don't go down like that. Not the way we gonna do it, okay? You can take the packet of yeast and just sprinkle it over the top. I'm gonna show you a whole nother way. We're gonna actually activate the yeast. I might even do several batches just to show you, just sprinkling it on top and actually activating the yeast, waking it up from its state, getting it alive and ready to pump, just like you do bread. Just like you about to do bread, you activate the yeast. You do the same thing with wine. Sometime I activate it, sometime I don't. So, okay. Neutrino said, they're delicious. I still do it. Just had some deer dogs boiled in wine. Oh, we coming to your house, Neutrino. We coming to your house. So, okay. Oh, hey, Kira Mommy of 5. So, oh my God, how much have I missed? Not much. How long I've been in? Oh shit, I've been on here an hour. I didn't even know. So, anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to be on this long. How you doing, Kira? Good to see you. Real quick. Airlock. If you don't want to buy these online for a few for $5, trust and believe, making this quick hood contraption, I would make one of these anyway. Please. I would make one of these anyway, because if you don't want the smell in your house, you can put this outside, okay? Out a window somewhere. The Miss Lady for Real says, sad, sad when we try to do something for self-sufficiency survival without having to depend on a system, and they don't appreciate all that you're doing to help us and each other. Very true. Very true. Very true. But you know what? I got to say this on that. You know what? Nothing has ever been fair. We know that. We know that. So that's kind of, like I told y'all before, my father always showed me, don't play fair. Nobody else played fair for us. So we got to get our knowledge how we got to get our knowledge. You got to win a war however you got to win a war. You got to win a fight however you got to win a fight. All of that, putting up your dukes, crap. No, pick up a brick and just you know what I'm saying? Grab a brick, a bottle, a tree. Ain't no fair fighting when it comes to survival. You understand? All of this stuff is protocol. So the way I do it, however I gotta do it. You feel me? If I don't think I'm about to win, I'm gonna win, but not how you think I'm gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Just hope. You know what I'm saying? Ooh-wee. If I seen a mug coming up to me with some crazy jujitsu move, I ain't gonna wait. Okay, let me see. Kira said, wait a minute. Where is that legs getting popping button? Miss Lady for Real, Led, you have given me and my husband decades of knowledge, and trust me, I'm sharing everything we learned from you and our family on your channel. Thank you very much. Thank you. That means a lot. And you know, I like to look at it like this. If people don't know, it's a lot of new subscribers, a lot of new friends. If you don't know by now, I'm just doing this because I do this all the time. All of this stuff I do all the time. Trust me, I know I drive Lady Led crazy with some of my antics. I do. But I've been doing this stuff for years and don't make money out. Now, recently she was like, look, you got to find somewhere else to put all these coffee cups. I can't have these all over the house. So that's our latest battle. But I can dig it. I can dig it. I love my coffee cups. So I do my best. Thank you so much, though, Miss Lady for Real. I appreciate you. Nick Thomas, Kira, do you and your kids have Blair Witch Corner in your house? Somebody. Somebody tell Kira she need to know about the Blair Witch Corner, okay? And listen, that's Princess Led's thing right there. I don't know. And you know what? I'm the daddy. You would think I'm the one supposed to stop doing that. That's disgusting. Don't don't do that. I can't hold her face when you do it though. Because it be out of the blue. Any corner of the house. Just out of the blue. And you would look over and she's standing there like this, like, what are you doing? Just stay away from her if she in the corner. She over there Blair witching. So yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, let her know. Let her know. So I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna try my best. Yes, no, not for timeout. Not for timeout. Go back and check that one out. I'm gonna go to bed. What time is it? It's 12. 11 something. I gotta be back up at 4:30. Good God. Thank you guys. Cure Mommy 5. Any questions before I conk out of here? But and Miss Starduster, don't no bottleneck. Trust me. Bucket. If you can get a bucket from anywhere real quick, get a bucket. This is a headache. Now I kind of just have these for show. As you see, I got the you got to have the cork to go in it, because the air lock goes into the cork. So that means then you have to find a cork. Trust me, it's a headache. These are cool. I'm gonna tell you what I really usually have these for. When I got wine just sitting, and I have water in here, and it's just sitting. It ain't cooking no more. It's just pretty. And I've showed y'all this on a lot of videos, and that water's in there so creatures can't get in my wine, and it's just in there beautiful, because I ain't got no bottles to put it in. Once we make this wine, then we're going to take it up a step, and I'm going to show you. As a matter of fact, you could actually, can I use the balloon method? You can. You know what? Here's the problem with the balloon method. For me, I can't speak for everybody else. The balloon method works. I've done it. Here's the problem with the balloon method for me. When you use a balloon method, number one, you got to use a bottleneck. You know, you putting the balloon around this. I don't like starting batches with these, number one. Number two, is your curiosity gonna get the best of you? I promise. Your curiosity, because you're going to smell the beer, the balloon is going to inflate, you're going to start smelling the wine. The balloon is not jumping around nothing. If you use like a glove or something, it's just going to be like this. You're just going to smell it. The thing about an airlock, it does something to your brain to let you leave it alone, because your brain want to see what's going on. And when you see this, you like, oh yeah, it's cooking. And see, this actually lets you see how well your brew is cooking. You know what I'm saying? The glove don't. The glove you just smell it, but you see it inflated, but you don't see no action. Because if you doing this, if you seeing that, that's telling me I need to either pitch another batch of yeast into the brew or tomato paste it to energize the yeast. I need to do something. I need to be doing something, but that glove won't tell you that. And one of the reasons I tried the glove method one time, I ain't gonna lie, just once. And I put it on several of these bottles. Couple of them worked, couple of them didn't. Wine yeast on A-Town, red, yellow, and blue packets. Is there a preferred yeast that you use? I'm going to show you. Thank you, Miss Starduster. They should have it so we can have more screens on here. I'm going to show you right now what they look like. I'm going to go tomorrow and get the blue packets, if I can get off working time. This is what they, let me cover up the label, okay? Now here's the deal. I want to get you hip onto this. Here's the red packet, and here's the yellow packet. Don't worry about what it say on here. I'm not even going to show you what mine say, and there's a reason for that. Because they will say something completely different. Like, no matter if you go to one online store, they'll call it sweet champagne wine. One will call it power booster wine pack. They're the same thing, but you'll see they're in the same color. And trust me, the guy, my mentor for making wine, not my brother, but the man that actually taught me how to refine it, owns the wine store. He showed me everything. So what he's saying, he knows because he buys these by the truckload. The name don't mean nothing. Go by the color. And I'm only going off of what a professional is telling me. Go by the color because the names change all the time. So red, yellow, and a blue packet, and I've used all my blue packets and I got to get more. But if you can get at least 2 packets, try getting at least 2 packets of each because you may have, the weather is cold. Let me tell you something else that I've found, and I don't know how true this is. This is my own theory. My own theory is this. Yeast is alive. And just like the trees outside change with the weather, everything changes with the weather, even our bodies. In the wintertime, you do me a favor. Go back and look at other winemaking videos all across YouTube. You will see everybody have the same problem I keep talking about. When it's cold or wintertime in the house, you will see people pitching their batches of wine and putting it over by the water heater somewhere, over by the furnace somewhere, trying to keep it warm, sitting it on a heating pad, wrapped in towels. I even got a fish tank heater and put it down in my batch of wine. I'm telling you, you will see people trying to do everything crazy because they wine don't act right in the winter. Now, I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to show you how to make this wine, but I can't guarantee that it's going to actually work because wintertime, wine don't act right. Yeast don't act right. Last winter, when I made that batch of wine, I kid you not, the reason I didn't do a follow-up video, because for months it just did this. And I was going to toss it out. Lady Leah was like, just leave it alone. What's the rush? Like, yeah, true. Because I got tons of bottles of wine. Around springtime, I tested it with the hydrometer. And mama, daughter, sister, she got some. And she was like, woo. I tasted it with a woo. It's super sweet, but super strong, and it'll tear a hole in your pants. You understand me? So sometimes you gotta let these back. This is not, you ain't gonna start this today and be drinking wine in a couple of days or in a week. Let's get that out the gate. This is a long process. That's why you don't see me do wine videos, because this is one of those, put it on and let it chill. Don't keep messing with it. Peek in at it every now and then, like your kids, you know what I'm saying? The kids in the room playing, go peek in at them every blue moon, making sure nobody ain't setting the house on fire. Other than that, this ain't no plant a seed and then it's a plant tomorrow. Don't think that. This is long term. For a good batch of wine, you gotta admit, I made that batch of wine this time last year. I'm just now really drinking it and bottling it and giving it to people now, a year later. Where it's even kind of half, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let me get back in here. Let me see. Miss Lady for real, is there a list of everything we need? Yes, there is. I'm gonna do I want to do a bulletin, but I don't know if I should. I'm gonna read it off again. At least 2 packets of yeast, 5 pounds of sugar, 1 gallon of apple cider or apple juice, 100% apple juice. And let me remember this real quick. I gotta remember something, y'all, because I want you to make sure that whatever juice that you use does not have. My brain is so hot, it's smoking. I cannot think of this name of this stuff. not aspartame. Sodium. I can't think of it. There is a chemical in juices. Absorbic acid is one of them. No. That's not bad. That will slow the process down a little bit. But there's a chemical. It's called. This is what it does. It will stop your brew because that's what it's used for, to stop cooking your brew. And it is called, I don't want to go back in the garage again, but I might have to. I'm going to tell you this. You know what I'm talking about, this store right here, right? Their 100% apple juice is perfect. Theirs work. But believe it or not, some of the, hey, how you doing, little slice of paradise? Some of the well-known juices has that in it, and it won't let you, your batch will mess up immediately because it has that chemical in it to make it stop cooking. It literally is in there to kill the yeast. They put that in there to kill the yeast in their juice so you don't end up with mold when you drinking the juice, right? Same thing. I can't do y'all like this. I gotta figure this out because it's driving me crazy. I can't believe my brain ain't working. Give me 2 ticks. 2 ticks. Damn, why can't I think of this? Okay. I had to bring my whole batch out. No, I should be in the bed. I'm gonna pay for this in the morning. This is all y'all fault. Got me up all night. I'm about to blur witch myself. These is a bag of, okay, the yeast nutrient. Remember I was telling you to boost the energy. Don't buy this. That's why this is empty. I'll never buy that again. Tomato paste. A lot of you guys, I've heard you even say it in some of your videos, bentonite clay. Anybody got bentonite clay? Bentonite clay makes the water, your wine go from cloudy to clear as water. So a lot of people got bentonite clay and you use it for all kind of stuff with your health. Okay, so that's a good thing. Okay, give me, here we go. Ah! Why couldn't I think of this? Okay, I'm gonna make sure. Okay, potassium sorbate. Look at this and take a screenshot picture of that. Potassium sorbate. Starduster, I'm gonna tell you what the bentonite clay is for. It's for clearing your wine. Okay? Potassium sorbate. This, I haven't had to use it because the batches of wine I was making, once you just leave them alone, they'll stop cooking on their own. But if you get your hydrometer lets you know right about, say I don't want no strong wine. I'm trying to be all pinky with it, right? And I just want 9% alcohol content. Well, that's when you put your hydrometer in there and test it. And once it's right where you want it, oh, perfect. I don't want it to keep cooking. You use potassium sorbate to kill the yeast, stop it from cooking because you only want that 9% alcohol or your 6% alcohol content. So the lesson here is this is what you don't want it to say in the juice that you buy. And the juice from them, their brand, it don't have that in it. I don't know if that's good or not, but it don't have that in it. And I always have great results out of their juice. That's why I keep using it in every video. Great results. Okay. Now here's another thing. So while I'm woke, we playing. Okay. Remind me of fire. How much bentonite do we use to clarify a batch? That's a good question. We're gonna get into that later, but I'm gonna tell you right now. One thing I've learned. Where is it? One thing I've learned about the bentonite clay. Okay. You literally just need a pinch of this to clear this. A pinch. Put it in some hot water, boiling hot water, because it turns, it's thick. Boiling hot water and take a pinch of that and put it in that, say a cup of boiling hot water. 1 cup of boiling hot water to just say a little pinch, literally the fingernail into that cup. Stir it real good because it's like chalk. Pour it in your wine. It'll clear this like water. And for a big old 5-gallon bucket, take a few pinches. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, you don't need much of this. I've been using this batch for years. And when I bought it, it was maybe up to here. I learned the hard way. You don't need a lot of bentonite clay to clear the wine because the wine is already going to be clearing on its own. If you're trying to rush the process, then you start using this. I learned a long time ago, stop rushing the process. When you're making wine, don't rush that because it's going to taste like ass and you're going to be disappointed. The best thing I can say when you're making wine, if you ain't got no patience, this might not be the project for you. Now, if you're just trying to get lifted and you trying to, it'll be ready in a week. Gonna taste a little footish, but it'll be ready in a week. So let me get in here. Hey, Lovey Weaver, how you doing tonight? I'm going too far. Welcome to the chat, Lovey Weaver. Thank you so much, Starduster. I was going to ask, does weather affect the process? Yes. In my own opinion, and if you look at any YouTube video when they're trying to brew in the winter, I say yes. I thought they didn't know what they was doing. I can beat them. No. I always have trouble. That's why I be like, when I make wine, I rather start it in the spring and the summer. Winter is a nightmare because you're going to have to keep pitching another batch of yeast. You might have to hit it with some Energizer, tomato paste. You might have to do a lot of strange stuff that sometimes it's not worth it. So, okay, let me keep going. Starduster, no hole in the pants, please. I know, no holes in the pants. Okay, let me keep going. Absorbic acid. Absorbic acid is like citric acid. Citric acid, now we getting into talking about making the real deal Holyfield, okay? This is citric acid. What this does, it gives, how can I put this? When you're making wine out of grapes, okay? The reason they leave those skins in there is because those skins give it, oh my God. The skins give it tannin. And citric acids, all of that stuff helps the flavor. It drags and draws all of the flavor out of the fruit. You know what I'm saying? That's what this stuff does. Right. The tannins give it that bold flavor, and the acids that you're using, the citric acids, goes into whatever fruit that you have and drags all of the flavor out of it. It's like a magnet for the flavor. So if you're using like a fruit that's really mild, like a pear or a persimmon, something mildly flavored, you may want to use a little citric acid because what it does. Or you don't need this. See, I still got all this stuff because I don't like using chemicals no more. Just use some lemon zest. Zest a little bit of lemon peel in there. Boom, pow. And it always add a little flavor to whatever batch I'm making. So, okay, let me keep going. Nick Thomas Leads, late night college class TV. Man, I'm in here like a bad school loan. I know, man. I'm messing up. I should be asleep. If y'all seen what I got to do every day, it's Christmas time too. Whew, good night. Let me see. Boy, Nick, you crazy, bro. I thought I was crazy. Love you, Weaver says, thank you, Led. This is perfect. Thank you so much. I'm trying. Because people want to know how to do this. And trust me, I'm gonna tell you something. From me to you, you don't gotta drink alcohol to know how to do this. You don't have to care about prepping and survival to do this. I'm gonna tell you what I've been doing with it over the years. It's a perfect gift. Some people you might gift it, they don't drink it, but you know what? It's like, man, I made wine. Remember my apple tree outside? I made wine out of those apples. Remember the pie you ate at the holiday? Yeah, I took the rest of the apples and made wine with it. And now I'm giving you a bottle of wine. I've never seen people so appreciative to get something like that ever. And I'm going to tell you guys, once I teach, and that's where I was going earlier. Once we all learn how to do this, it's a couple more tools. This is the fun part. The fun part is once your wine is banging, your wine is you know what I'm saying? Okay, then you get into bottling your product. And it's one little thing you need is some of the coolest shit you ever seen. A corker. I don't know if you ever seen somebody cork a bottle of wine. Has anybody ever seen, show of hands, has anybody ever seen somebody cork a bottle of wine? Not pop the cork. We've seen that. But actually how they get the cork in the wine. Has anybody seen that? Lovey Weaver says, yes. Starduster, no. Okay. Kira says, no. Here's the cool part about this. This is the part of the fun that I like. Either you know somebody to drink. Christy Love says she hasn't seen it either. If you know somebody that drinks a lot, or what I like doing is going to restaurants. Go to any bar and grill, go anywhere you want, and ask them, do you have like I forget this, I'm just throwaway video, I don't care, like an Olive Garden, right? You know they got wine bottles. Go to one of those type restaurants, you know they got wine bottles. Do you have any empty wine bottles? And they'll be like, yes. So I'll go and get tons of wine bottles, bringing back cases of wine bottles. If you want to purchase wine bottles, good luck, have fun. If that's what you want to do with your money, okay? I like using my money on more equipment that I need to make the wine. The bottles, a bag of corks don't cost nothing. Maybe $5 for like 50 or whatever. I'm going to, okay, let me see. Miss Lady, for real, I want to get into making wine because I want to know what's in it. Exactly. And you did it off of the fruit that you grew on your tree. Kira, mommy of 5, I saved all my wine bottles. I do too. A couple of my videos, when I used to do videos in the Greenhouse Lounge and I was in my dining room, you saw a lot of empty bottles on the floor from the holidays, all my family coming from all around the country and they come into my house. I keep all of those bottles. Now, this is what I'm going to ask you now. Would you like a quick example of how you cork a bottle? Miss Lady for Real said, I save my wine bottles and so many other repurpose and say, I do too. I save all of my bottles because I know I'm going to be making wine. And let me tell you, when you make a 5-gallon batch of wine, you need a lot of bottles. It holds a lot of bottles, okay? So after 1 minute, you think you got too many bottles, and after you got 4 or 5 gallons of wine, you're like, I need more bottles. So you sanitizing them, you cleaning them, and you peeling the labels off of them. Even Lady Led went on the computer and made our own labels and everything. I never shipped any out because, you know, it's legal weird stuff with that. But we got our own labels for our own bottles of wine. So now I got all different colors of bottles. Green, I love the green ones. Green, blue, clear. I can put my label on there. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. Cure Mommy 5, please, example, please. Yes. Okay. Miss Christy Love, yes. Miss Lady for Real, thanks to you, Led, everything we use, I give it a second look before throwing money into a landfill that we have to pay again. Amen. Oh, I'm locked up. I was reading Miss Lady for Real's my battery about to die. So before my battery die, I'm gonna give you an example of how dope it is to cork a bottle. Corking it and labeling it, it's yours and it'll be there forever. They still find wine from Egypt. Y'all know that? There's 2 things they still find from way back in the ancient days when our people was, you know what I'm saying? Wine and honey. Everybody keeps saying, Led, why you always talking about wine? You an alcoholic. Why you always talking about honey? That's crazy. Because our people did this. See, people don't think. People don't think. You know, I cut up and I act up every now and then, but it's way more to me than some folks know. So they always claiming about, oh, my people this, my people that, I'm down for my people. But it's a lot of stuff about your people that you don't know or you don't practice. So kill me with that. You know what I'm saying? Miss me with that garbage. So if you don't, it's a lot of people, my people, my people. Come on now. Come on. My people too. You know? I don't got no fancy name and I don't got dreadlocks, but I know a lot of our practices and I practice them. Let's bottle this wine before my battery die. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I got an extra bottle somewhere. I know I do. Okay, I got that. Hold on, let me get a bottle if I can find one. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay. It took me a second. It's a big house. Okay. All right. Let me read real quick. Miss Lady for Real says, thanks. Okay, got that one. Lovey Weaver, yes from honey. Yes. And you know what? When you make wine from honey, the old ancient kings, it was called Mead. It was wine made of honey. Nobody ever, don't think. It was wine made out of honey instead of us using sugar, granulated sugar. That's another reason I was growing sugar cane, because some people was growing sugar cane and didn't have a clue what to do with it. They just like to eat it. You know, people, ain't nothing wrong with that. Chew on it and suck the sugar out. I was growing sugar cane years ago at my other place to make wine. And that's what I did. When, you know, all the white granulated sugar you buy from the store, I didn't have to bother. You talk about sugar that's in the raw, grow sugar cane. Matter of fact, my friend Claudia sent me a couple of things of sugar cane, and I let them grow in a bucket. And I'm going to repurpose those. I'm going to redo them this next year. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring them in the garage so they don't mess up, so I can replant them so I can get my crop going back again. A lot of people don't, you trust me, grow some sugar cane and you will never need to buy no more. That's one of those things every year you just save you a couple canes and regrow it. I was growing it for years and I just stopped. Okay. Lovey Weaver, I have bees and wanted different things to do with my honey. Wine. If you got enough honey, wine. Trust me. I mean, I've never made mead. I've never made it. You know that? I've got plenty of honey, but I've never made mead. That's going to change. Okay, here we go. Nick Thomas, what's 750K? What's 750K? That sounds delicious. Sugarcane, that's what's up. Yes, at Nick. Okay. This is this is the same thing as, I'm trying to show y'all the nutrient. Remember I showed you the yeast nutrient? Same thing. Let me cover the label. Same thing, tomato paste. This costs like what, $4 for $1? Little cans from one of these little grocery stores. Tomato paste. This, you don't taste this, but this will change your life if your wine is dying, if your yeast is dying. That will change your life. Now, I'm going to show you, and yes, I am proud of these. I'm very proud. This is one of the bottles that we wiped out the last holiday, whatever it was. And this is just a normal old, you know, cork stopper. It smells like caramel. I wonder what that one was. That smells delicious. So these are the bottles that I get. You know, some of the bottles I get, the blue ones, the green ones, clear ones, whatever they end up giving me. These usually come from like Olive Garden, the green and the darker colors. Get into this. Go home, and I'm even show you how to get the label off real easy. Instead of setting up a bunch of trying to sit there scraping it. Number one, take a razor blade, scrape that label off. The glue is hard to come off. I'm gonna show you what I use. I know I'm doing too much, but we done tipped the scales now. This is the best glue remover ever. I don't even care about the video talking about patents and whatever. Hey, baby, what's up? I know, I'm coming to bed. Lady Lynn down here wondering why I'm making so much noise. This to get rid of, I'm sorry, baby. Am I that loud? All right, I'm on my way to bed anyway, okay? See, I'm making too much noise. It's too late for that. So, I'm proud of this. This is one of the bottles. Give me some love. Don't come down here and fuss at me. Don't give me do that. Oh, yeah. She got her sleep gear on. You can't see that. But this, see how dusty that is? That just sits in the wine rack. That been down there for years now. See that? No, you know what? I gotta be loud because where I'm sitting, our room is so far away from here and it's so many different chambers. I must be loud. I know, get your butt in the bed. I know, that's why she came down here like this. Like, you better, boy, you better get your ass in the bed. All was missing was a little cigarette hanging out her mouth. But let me shut my, she right though, I should be in the bed. She probably wondering who I'm talking to. Because no, I never do this. But this is one of my pride and joys. See how you can't see it because the green bottle, but see how clear that is? No, Lovey Weaver, you sanitize everything. You sanitize the bottles, your tools, your hands, everything you use. Sanitize it. If you miss a step, I keep my kitchen sink with that's my sanitize station. I don't use nothing. Everything I use, I don't care how many times I use it. If I just used it, I'll re-sanitize it and use it again. Hydrometer, sanitize it again, use it again. Now here's the thing. Be careful. Be careful. And I'm glad I thought about this with sanitizer. Before I cork this bottle, remember one thing too. Wherever you live, depending on what kind of water you guys got, if your tap water tastes like bleach, you know how sometimes you get that chlorine taste? That will kill your batch, because that's exactly what it is. Bleach will kill your yeast too and stop your batch. So if you sanitize, once you sanitize your tools and your bucket and everything, rinse it off good. But if you rinsing it with bleachy chlorine type tap water, fluoride, right, it will kill your batch. Remember that too. I know a lot of people that just swear by they only use bottled water, distilled water. Right, Stardust just said yes. Distilled water. People just swear by it like I don't want to even take the chance. But that's when people are making wine out of expensive kits, or you done spent some money for this wine you about to make, and you don't want the yeast to die, you don't want your batch, because you don't want that to mess up, right? Understandable. So they spend money on good water to start it out with, and they don't want to take a chance on no tap water. So be careful of that too, because that's one other reason why your batch will not work. If you don't rinse that stuff out good, or you got too much bleach in it, or your water got too much bleach in it, it won't act right. Now, here's, like I said, empty bottle right here. This is a corker. This is a corker. And it's, when I bought this, I thought I was doing something. I knew I was doing something. You hear me? Because this a bad mother sucker right here. You ain't making no wine till you get you one of these. So this is a corker. It costs something like anywhere from 10 to 15 bucks. And I thought it was so expensive. I'm like, just to put a cork in a thing, you're going to be constantly cranking them in. They got one better than this that you use just your foot, and it just go. It's like almost automatic. I like doing this. Let's cork a bottle. I got a few corks left. And this is it. That's a brand new cork. Let me see, what was that? Miss Lady for Real says, you sure right about that corker. Yes, that automatic one is dope, but I love this one. You feel like you really doing something when you get you one of these. Lovey Weaver said, I seen that corker. I've seen the corker that sits on the ground that's kind of like, you know what? Only reason I haven't got it yet, I don't make wine that much anymore, because I got so much still left. And two, this works great. This works excellent. So I'm like, if I would have bought that one first, then yeah. Okay, let's get to it. This is how dope this is. You take a cork and you put it down in here. See that? I did that too fast. Too fast, too furious. Okay. Put that in there. You drop that in the hole. Still went fast, didn't it? It's that simple. It's pretty much, it's a wrap now. And you open it up. You You're going to set that. See, that's rubber right there? You set that seal right on the bottle. I'm going to go back so you can see this hole. Move this so I don't bust that open. And you literally just, oh, I want you to see the cork too. And you literally just clamp it, pull it down, it clamps it, and watch this. This tube, it just pushes the cork down into the bottle. It's never this hard. Wait a minute. Damn, cork. Hold on. What's this about? I don't know what that's doing. That's new. Maybe I got the wrong size cork in here. Because I do. I'm sitting here trying to fix what I messed up. Oh, come on, sucker. Where's that thing at? I need to push it back out. I think I put in a cork that's too big. Let me see. I need something to push it out. Okay. I can't leave like this. Just show you I got tools everywhere. Okay. Get that out of there. That mug acting up right there on camera. There we go. Damn, sucker. That mug huge. Let me see. Yeah, look at that. Shit. I'm not going to lube it up first. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to okay, let me just go for an old cork. That's an old one right there. See the sizes? Try that. Maybe I need to lube this one up a little bit. Let's give it a shot. Okay, same deal. I guess I can let this go. There it go. There it go. Boy, this mug acting funky. Maybe it really is time for me to make some wine. Cause it done punched this. Come on, sucker, let go. Can you believe this? Shit. I'm sitting here boosting this thing up and I have never had this happen. Is what he said, right? This never happens to me before. I don't know. Maybe it was the garlic in the meal or something. I don't know. Honey, never had this type of thing happen before. But you get the gist. You know what I'm saying? So once you do that, it's corked. I guess it's time for me. I should have lubed it up. Damn. This sucker really acting stinking. That's supposed to be it. I don't know. I don't got no clue. I think it do need to be lube. We're going to leave that alone. I'm sitting here going out of my way. Let me see. Okay, yeah. I know. Honey, I don't know what come over me. Maybe it's the water is cold. You know, I'm tired from work. Your mom was getting on my nerves. I can't get your mom off my mind, so you know, that's why it's not working. Now I can't leave it like this. Maybe it will work tomorrow. No, it just, you gotta spit on it. You gotta spit on it. Just gotta spit on it a little bit, you know. It'll work. Just, you know. That, and what you say, that's what she said. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work tomorrow. No. Wait, just let me spit on it. Spit on it. We're gonna leave this alone. But y'all get it, okay? So that's that. And I'm going to show you tomorrow on my way to work. Yeah, spit on it. I'm going to show you that potassium sorbate. I'm going to show you that in several different juices when I stop by the store. Stay away from potassium sorbate. It will stop your brew quick before it even gets started. Yeah, maybe I might have to go get the one with the foot. Because I ain't used this in a year and he acting real brand new. I can't even see brand new. He acting old. Like back in my day, we didn't do wine like that. We stomped the damn grapes with our toes and then we gave it to Uncle Willie and shut up. So that's it, you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night. I hope, Diva in the house. Miss Lady for Real said corks are breathable. Yes, they are. Maybe Jay's Home Guard. Hey, Jay's Home Guard say maybe the liquid in the bottle usually helps. Yeah, because ain't nothing in this bottle. You gotta spit on it a little bit. Let me see. It's the weather. It's cold outside. The water is cold on a little cork. Let me see. Maybe it'll work tomorrow. I hope so. You have a headache. KMS. Good night, Miss B. Miss B. Washington. Okay, Love You Weaver. Good night, everyone. Good night, Love You Weaver. I'm going to bed too right now. Lady Lid done came down. Diva says that's sexual healing here playing in the background. Just spit on a little bit. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Let me compose myself. Kira Mama, if y'all hear him whispering when he says spit on, just spit on. We don't say it loud because it sounds disgusting when you say it loud. I'm going to just spit on it a little bit. Like, ugh. She like, ugh. I'm going to just spit on it. Huh? Nothing. No. What you say? Nothing. Shh, girl. Just give me a minute. I think it do just need a little oil. Put some cooking oil on here. So look, let's get out of here because I'm going to sit here and I'm going to make this work again. Just remember, make you one of these airlocks. Make you one of these and get you a hydrometer. Where did you go, hydrometer? I'm so tired. Got me whispering. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, here we go. Hey, Linda Martin, how you doing tonight? Get you a hydrometer. Very important. Very important. Dirt cheap, but very important. Hydrometer, airlock, either homemade or get you some. And get your yeast packets. Either red, blue, or yellow. Okay? Wine yeast. Don't use bread yeast. You'll be tasting like you drinking a sourdough. Sourdough drink. All right, y'all have a wonderful night. Miss Lady for real say it'll work by morning, Lady. I know. I'm gonna have to watch the replay. Just the first couple minutes. Stay away from the Blair Witch Project part. It's disgusting. So y'all have a wonderful night, all right? Leah Farmer 73, I love you. Thank you for coming in. I'm glad I did this instead of making a video. It was more fun. Now I think I can sleep. Good night, everybody. Go get some sleep. Don't be standing up watching crazy people make crazy videos like me. It's unhealthy. It's unhealthy. What? I need somebody to explain what the hell happened here. That's my problem. Somebody has to explain this to me. It's like I feel like giving somebody a whooping, but it's nobody to whoop. Like all my kids is grown and gone. I kind of want to call them all down. Who the hell been messing with this? Who been messing with this? I can't even blame it on the kids no more. Oh, let me see. Good night, everyone. Good night. I know she gonna hurt me. Let me stop. Not that that'll be a bad thing. Let me go to bed. Y'all have a wonderful night. Let it go, Led. I know, but I'm one of them people that once I start working on something, it's hard for me to stop until I'm done. Let me stop. I'm still at it. That mind is in the compost heap. It's like keep banging at something till I get some results. Look, y'all go to bed. I love you. Have a wonderful night. In the morning, keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to do a quick video on some juices if I got enough time. All right? Have a wonderful night. Get ready for Sunday. Yeast, hydrometer, airlock. All right? Left arm service 3. I love you and good night.